Alright, so here's what I'm reviewing. Resident Evil 5. Probably the worst Resident Evil game in the series out of, I don't know, probably all of them. You play in Africa, and you play as Chris Redfield, and you're trying to stop Wesker's evil plans to take over the world. And, well, that's the theme, basically, of, like, the whole thing. You're trying to stop Wesker and Chris's mortal enemy. And, okay, first off, Resident Evil 5, not a survival horror game whatsoever. It's during the daylight, there's so many enemies. It's, you're playing with a partner who sucks all the time. The AI is god-awful. First off, another thing that takes out the lack of survival horror is the fact that, you know, there are almost no puzzles in the entire game. Like the laser puzzle, that rips off the puzzle from Resident Evil 4, which is the laser puzzle that you have to do it on when you first get on the island. I actually like Resident Evil 4 because it didn't suck. It was actually a survival horror game. Most of it takes place during the night. Resident Evil 5 copies almost everything Resident Evil 4 does. Like, when you're fighting Irving, his body, the inside of that fish, it looks just like Salazar. It's a piece of shit rip-off game. Resident Evil 5 fucking sucks. Most of the people that like it are people who started playing at Resident Evil 4. That's a fact. Most of the people I've asked that to said they started playing at 4, and they think that Resident Evil means you're supposed to run around guns blazing and shoot everything in sight. Resident Evil 4 actually was survival horror. New camera angles, new weapons, new weapon systems, new health systems, new aiming systems, new camera angles. I think I said new enemies. Like all these new themes, all these new areas, some new characters, new mercenary mode. Well, actually that wasn't new, but all these new things that Resident Evil offers, Resident 4 offered, and then Resident 5 does the same exact thing, and even kicks itself in the pants by throwing in online, like versus mode, which is also a piece of crap, because Resident Evil is not supposed to be an online game like that. Mercenaries, okay, that's good, but as for versus, it's not supposed to have an online like that, because no one wants to be able to still stand there and shoot, because, you know, it's fun to just stand still and shoot. It's not like you could move your legs like any other person on the face of the earth. No, you can't walk and shoot in real life, right? No, actually you can. So, still another flaw to Resident Evil, especially Resident Evil 5. Also, these other things like, you know, Ouroboros. You fight that 4 times. You fight the black guy that they infected in the beginning. You fight that white guy they were experimenting on in the facility, Excella, and Wesker. He was mixed with Ouroboros. He turns into kind of an Ouroboros monster. So that's 4 times you fight in the same boss. Interesting. Some survival horror game, right? I mean, all you're doing is fighting, and killing. But there's no survival horror elements to that game. Another thing is, like, the voice acting. It really wasn't that good, to be honest, in my opinion. Like, some of the crap they said was just retarded as all hell. Most of this game, you're just running around guns blazing. That's not Resident Evil. Resident Evil is supposed to be running around, like, dark corners with, like, all these different enemies, trying to solve puzzles, trying to figure out what's happening, doing that alone. Resident Evil 4, you're doing that, but you have Ashley, but she doesn't help, so it's pretty much you have to do all that and help try and protect her. Even when you're playing on the hardest difficulty, the AI will not help you whatsoever. The AI is fucking horrible. It also refuses to use, like, an assault rifle. You give it an assault rifle or a handgun, it's going to just use the handgun. I don't know why. Another flaw to that game. You cannot lie about it. It is a piece of shit game. Oh my god. And, like, some of the parts you only spend shooting. Like when you're on the back of that car thing, and you just spend shooting all those fuckers. Yeah, that's some survival horror, just holding down the right trigger. Also, that monster you fucking kill after you're done shooting all those fucking people on the bikes. That monster is like the same exact monster from Resident Evil 4. Another boss that they rip off from their own series because they couldn't think of anything new. Which is another reason why you fight Ouroboros 4 times, because they're just so out of ideas that they just have to keep dragging this along and copying this and shit over and over again. It's another reason why they're making fucking Dark Side Chronicles, which I will preview soon and then review later. I mean, Resident Evil 5 did nothing new. In-game cutscenes, you get to play those. Did that in Resident Evil 4. Upgrading your weapons, Resident Evil 4. Doing that laser puzzle, Resident Evil 4. Buying and selling weapons, Resident Evil 4. I mean, most mercenaries, that goes back to like Resident Evil 2. So it was battle mode, no, extreme battle mode in Resident Evil 2, mercenaries in Resident Evil 3, then Resident Evil Code Veronica was next, and that had battle mode. Then Resident Evil 4, mercenaries again. So mercenaries isn't really anything new to Resident Evil. I mean, people think like Resident Evil, oh my god, it's so new, oh my god, there's all this new stuff, it's the best survival horror. No, it's not a survival horror game, it's an action game, and it's a crappy one. It is a crappy fucking game. Even the unlockable costumes are ridiculous. I mean, for Chris, okay, you get 1 star's outfit. You should have, what about the outfit he used in Code Veronica? You can unlock that in Resident Evil Remake. You can unlock his other star's outfit, so why can't you do that in Resident Evil 5? I don't know. Also that, like little bat boss thing, you kill that and it comes back anyway. But the fact that you shoot it down and it can't fly up, it just spins around, it was a little ridiculous to me there. I don't know really what, let's talk more about the Versus. And Versus doesn't belong in the Resident Evil game. Resident Evil game is supposed to be pretty much just a single player, and I guess like Versus. You get some of these unlockable things, but you don't want to play online because you're running around and then you stand still to shoot. Plus you have to shoot all those enemies. So that's not survival horror at all. That's not what survival horror games have. That's ridiculous. That's what a crappy game has like that. That's why Resident Evil 5 sucks. It really does nothing new except with the Versus you have to unlock each new character like you would in Mercenaries, which is kind of annoying, but like they cost so much in the bonus features, it's ridiculous. You have to beat the game and all that stuff like so much to earn the points. It's ridiculous. And like I think it was the Versus was what, like $10 or something. It's not worth $10. It should have just been free because that's how bad it was. I still wouldn't have got it. It's awful. I mean, really, what? Tell me what Resident Evil 5 did that's new. Nothing. Even check out Resident Evil's going on there and look at the Resident Evil 5 reviews, and it will prove that Resident Evil 5 has done nothing new. That's all I gotta say.